Hi, and welcome to the show. Again, we thank God that you can view the show, whether it's in your living room, your den, your kitchen, or even in your bedroom, any other area in your home. We're excited to bring you D.A.P Ministry Presents. I'm your host, the Reverend Willie Williams Jr. Also saying to those that view the show that can really communicate to us about the lower ninth ward, because it's near and dear to my heart, because that area has been so hard hit that hasn't come back 100%. And so we always advise and solicit people to go down to the lower ninth ward and see the devastation, but see the restoration that the Lord is going to do. I know there's some things already in operation. I always want to holler out to our good friend Happy Johnson with All Souls. He works down there, so I know that there are people that are down there that are working to bring that community back up. But you can do something by still telling friends and family and even people that come from out of town, tell them to go down there and see that devastation, but see the restoration that the Lord's going to do. Also, we're excited about our co-host, the Reverend Darrell Smith, also known as radio personality D.K. Smith, 9:40 a.m. on your radio dial, has a saying that goes like this.
And that's right, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll take you home in style with a smile.
We say he has his finger on the pulse of what's taking place locally in the city. He also has a national flavor, but he extends himself to a global extent that he has friends all the way in Afghanistan.
Rome, Bosnia, as far as that Russia is concerned.
You still got people in Paris, France?
Yeah. Okay. Paris, France. And we also get some new subscribers. And the way you could be a subscriber is if you go to YouTube. Look, there's so many other shows on there, and use the search engine D.A.P, D.A.P Ministries TV show, and you'll find this and other shows. So just like Pastor Williams said, if you're in your living room, your den, your kitchen, or if you're on your laptop, your desktop, your tablet, even your smartphone, any way you can get online, check us out. That's at YouTube, D.A.P Ministries TV show, and you'll see us here. And you know what? I look back on some of the shows, and it's good just to look back and see and reflect and all like that.
Don't be funny. I know what you're talking about. No. I know what he's saying.
Back when you had black hair?
That's what I'm saying. And my beard was black.
Whoa. No. Well, okay, come on. That's back when I was like almost 300 pounds or something like that.
Well, I didn't know you was that heavy.
No, I was 250 or something like that. Yeah, but I look back and I say, wow, that's me, you know?
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah,
okay.
Buddha belly, huh? That's what somebody called it.
Won't you give us some information?
Oh, yeah. I'll give you some information. It's that time of year again that I'm talking about the registration for the fall 2015 semester of the Union Baptist College and Theological Seminary. It's going to be taking place at the E.J. Thompson Senior Multi-Purpose Center, and that's at 626 South Galvez Street. Now, it's going to be Tuesday, August 25th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., Wednesday, August 26th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Thursday, August 27th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. All classes begin on September the 16th, and the day division begins at 8 a.m., and the evening division begins at 6 p.m. Now, if you need more information, you can contact the registrar, Dr. Helen McMurray, 504-525-0580. Even got an email. You can email unionseminary@att.net. And the website is UPCTS, Union Baptist College and Theological Seminary.com, UPCTS.com. Dr. Robert Turner, Senior President, and Dr. Kenny McDowell, Academic Dean. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that is because, like I said, a lot of our viewers can look and see online, and so they can do everything online as far as emailing and things like that. Also, the Dillard University Environmental Careers Training Program, Deep South Center for Environmental Justice, they have receiving a free environmental job training for the following areas: hazardous waste cleanup, asbestos abatement, lead abatement, 30-hour OSHA, and mold remediation and construction. And after they receive the certificate, participants will be assisted in job placement. And that's going to be taken, the next training will be August the 31st to November the 24th. Now you go online, www.dscej.org, dscej.org, or you can call for this phone number, fax at 504-816-4032. Probably put this information on the web as well. But that's good for Dillard University and job training, because that's one thing about it.
Free.
Well, free, but it's also good to say you got job training, you know?
A lot of jobs.
And people say, I can't find a job.
Go get some training to get a job.
Go get some training and get a job.
We got a guest?
We have a guest, and I love my job that I get to introduce my guests. I ain't like that.
You're terrible. Go ahead, tell me why you love your job.
I love my job because, number one, I introduced her. She's been on before, and we're going to get some updates. Eunice Love with the Love Yourself campaign, but she's here to talk about some other things. Welcome to the show, Eunice.
Thanks for having me.
Can I say
again.
Eunice Love? Yeah.
Yeah, you can say Eunice or Eunice Love.
Yeah.
Eunice, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Reverend Willie.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show again. You
Thanks
always
for having me
inspire
again.
us to be at our best.
I know this.
That's right. We just who
You're
we
on your
are.
best behavior today.
We are
Yeah.
our best behavior. But tell us a little bit about you've written a book as you've done in the past. But talk a little bit about your book that's out, and you can tell us where people can get it. But give us some excerpts about the book, because when you got a name like Love, people want to hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was on before you guys had me on, and I was in the process of writing that book, and I told you that I would finish it and come back on and talk about it again. So here it is, Poetic Hearts. It's a book of poems, affirmations, and quotes, and it's all about inspiration. And I use my personal past struggles to relate to people and to help people understand that love starts within. You know, we're always looking for answers outside of ourselves, but it starts within. And so I dedicated the book to my past. And the excerpt is, I dedicate this book to my past. A dedication to my past. I made it out of it all. I dedicate poetic hearts to those who stumble and sometimes fall. And if you've lost sight of hope, reaching out your hand, I'm throwing you the rope to give you hope again.
Gonna have me crying up in here. God.
Is that a reflection from a part of what's in your book?
Yeah, it's written in my book.
It's really,
it's a dedication.
really touching. And people think that the Beatles made the statement, all we need is love. God started it. God started it. But the Bible says, for God so loved.
Yeah.
And now we're finding out what love is all about. And look, can we talk about love more and more, that we can even really apply it to our life? Because not just talking about it, because love is an action word. So so if you say you love somebody but don't do anything, that's kind of scary.
But can I correct you on one thing?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean correct you because we know that she's the founder of Love Yourself campaign, and that's just it. You gotta first love yourself. You know, we understand God is love, but in this sense,
you're scary, man.
Oh no! In this sense,
Well, God's love is inside of us.
God's love is inside, and you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the problem is. People don't recognize the fact that God's love inside. It's just like forgiveness. They know God forgive them, but they can't forgive themselves.
And that's my first piece in that book. It's called Forgiveness.
Yeah, well, and moving on step by step, I think you have to come to the realization is, how do you find love, or how do you develop that love, and you know, not being narcissistic, but you have to have an identity of self-love. If you don't love, and look, I can tell you about it. What's happening in the world today, especially in our African American community, we have a lot of self-hatred instead of self-love, and so that's why a lot of young men and a lot of young women are killing one another, because they don't love who they are. They have an identity crisis, and so they're surrounding themselves with a lot of empty dreams and lack of hope. And so they say, well, I don't want to become old. I want to live my life now, and while I'm young, good looking, healthy, and they don't have to realize. They don't realize that maturity comes when you can still look good when you're older. You still can be healthy when you're older. I have to say this because my father will be turning 90 this month, and so
You look good, too.
We joke about it all the time when we go to different places, and sometimes some of the church places, some of the people that know me, and some of the kind of senior women, they come and say, "Is that your brother?" And they're making fun of me. They're making fun of, "Is that your brother?" I say, "I'm gonna tell my mama when I get home."
He does look good, yeah.
Yeah, and he's 90 years old, still getting around, still driving and everything like that.
Oh,
and that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Old age is a blessing. Youth is a blessing. I think your daddy said something about youth.
Oh, yeah, he said, "Why is youth wasted on the young?" Because they don't appreciate it. The young people don't appreciate it.
Was he reflecting that on you?
It could have been, now that I think about it. Huh? But I love it, the fact that it's poems, affirmations, and quotes. Now, are the quotes directly from you, or is it from other people? Or how does the quotes go?
There are some that are from me, and some are biblical.
Okay, good.
So Eunice, inspire us a little bit with another saying, if you don't mind, because I was inspired with what you just said.
Look at the book.
He gonna look at my book.
took
Go ahead.
his
Go
book.
ahead. Oh, look at my book. Tell us a little
He
bit
has
more.
his own book.
You never said "I love you." I'm just saying, you never said "I love you."
Yeah, that's about, that particular piece is about, I think some parents grow up, like my mother's age. My mother is in her later 50s. And, some of her siblings may be older than her. But sometimes the words "I love you" and the later generation, my elders generation, my grandmother.
Just say old people. We ain't gonna get
No,
offended.
because my grandmother dance like she's young, so I can't call her old.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't express it verbally, but they feel it. But it's important for children to hear, what you feel for them. It's important for them. So that's what "You Never Said I Love You" is about. It's talking about the effects that it can this in a negative way. So that's what it's talking about.
You definitely got me asking you a question about that, because this generation, from my perspective, I think sometimes they can't identify true love. And so when we were coming up as teenagers, that was a key thing, that if you really cared about somebody, you didn't tell them you love them unless you really love them in an intimate situation. Now, you love them as a friend or a brother or cousin or something like that, but when you got to the serious level, you didn't make that mistake to go that way, to mess with people's emotions and cause them to be affecting with you, and then you say, well, I just said that just to lead you on.
In that case, it's more geared to mothers and daughters, or fathers and sons,
that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was speaking from a child's voice.
And that's good, because I agree with you, because in some of our communities, some of our kids don't hear from the father, "I love you, son."
Yeah.
Or from
a
the
daughter
mother.
may not hear it.
Right. Some negative things. And instead of "I love you," some very choice, vulgar words about what that child expression is. And so just to hear that from a child, I think matures that child to a level to understand the expression of love, and I think delve into it a little bit more, that they can understand and discover. Because one thing that the Bible says, that to identify love goes beyond comparison. In other words, love never fails. Never fails. We will fail, but love never fails. We got to go to a break, but we're going to come back, and I think we got something else. He said, we're going to go to break. We hope you stay tuned, because we got more information for you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia.